Welcome to Hindsight Hacking. I'm Corey Carter.
And I'm Ron Cool, and we've talked to hundreds of entrepreneurs hacking their hindsight to give you better foresight.
And now we're bringing you those same great interviews along with other mindset hacks, visibility hacks, and traffic hacks, and more to get you all the tools you need to gain more visibility and gain more traffic.
And of course, gain more sales. So head over to gethhm.com/toolbox to get all the free resources to help you get more.
And so, without further ado, let's get to it. What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday, I guess it is. Whatever day it is, it doesn't matter. Happy day to everyone, and welcome to another Daily Hacked.
I am super excited to be here today, and yeah, I forget what day it is anymore. It's kind of crazy.
I know. I mean, I know you and I both. I'm sure others alike worked every day this weekend, right? Like there was no weekend. It was just, busting out some stuff with not a lot going on. And so might as well make the most of it and get ahead of what we need to do. So I totally want to have a conversation today, Ron, about following the system.
Yeah, I'm a systems guy, but I like implementing systems. I don't necessarily follow systems.
Yeah. And if you're out there and you're wondering what the heck is Corey talking about when he says follow the system, I'm talking about so many of us buy a course, pay a coach, ask for help, read a book, and it gives us a step-by-step system. But then we think we know better and we don't execute on that system. Why do we do that, Ron?
I think it's because of who I am. I truly think I don't like following actual systems of people. I just feel there's a better way to do it, even though they've had more success. And, you have to be able to put that guard down to be able to give that to somebody. And sometimes you're just not ready to do that.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point, being ready for it, right? And and so one example I want to talk about with us lacking the ability to follow the system, and we got the results that happened because we didn't follow the system, right? And so we had 90 days of Josh Forti as a coach. He's an excellent marketer and a
phenomenal coach. Our results are not because of Josh Forti.
It's 100% us.
Yeah,
100%. And this is why I wanted to bring it up, because he is so good at what he does. His tools and systems were so spot on from every aspect of it. And I would say you and I, Ron, we maybe did 70, 80%.
I wouldn't even say that.
Maybe 50%? Okay.
I think we got to a point where, there was a lot of stuff going on, just like everybody else has a lot of stuff going on. But we got to a point where there was so much stuff going on that something needed to give a little bit. And unfortunately, being all in on that gave a little bit.
Yeah. And then there's other courses and other things that we were not all in on. We didn't follow the system and we got those results. But then I'm going to give one example of a time when we went all in. And this was a simple, silly little 7-day challenge to get things launched. And we were all in from every day. And
yep.
It was a 2.5-week time period to go through this free launch challenge. And, I think there was something like 1,000 people registered. By the end of it, what do you say? Maybe 200?
Maybe,
right?
I think that's a great example. I think people want a difference, but they're not willing to do the work it takes to get the difference. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Totally. Or I guess another part of that is maybe they don't believe in themselves enough to get through that work, right? Because if you truly want to make an impact or make a change, like most likely it's going to be a little tough, right? You're going to have some points that have a high resistance. And so if you don't actually put in the work, then you're going to be stuck in with that. And so, all right, one more example.
The opposite of Ron and Corey. Don't be Ron and Corey.
Yes. The great example. Well, we were good in that our second example through the 7-day challenge. Like we were one of the 200 that executed at a high level, did everything we were supposed to do.
Right.
And then we had a ton of clients from that, even though it had nothing to do with that exact challenge, right? Like we benefited it because we followed through everything, right? Mm-hmm. But then over the last 30 days, we were helping a few folks launch some podcasts. Mm-hmm. And one person, his name is Dwayne, his podcast is called The Imperfect Parent. He got #1 in his niche.
He followed a system.
He followed our system.
Yes, he did.
He followed it to the T from day one.
Yep. There was not anything we had to convince him to do. He trusted the system. He bought into the system. He followed the system. He then executed the system.
Yes.
Be a Dwayne.
Be a Dwayne. Ron and Corey need to be more like Dwayne. I'm going to tag Dwayne when we're done here, but
he already liked the video. So
nice. Yeah. So we need to be more like Dwayne, right?
I'm going to get a shirt that says Dwayne is greater than hindsight.
So congrats, Dwayne, if you're watching. Congrats, #1 in your parenting niche, and is well deserved. Tons of respect. But you follow the system. So and because of that, I've been thinking about this all weekend. There's so many things that you and I do. We coach a lot of people, but we also get coached. Yep. And a coach, your coach, if you have a coach, he or she better have a coach, because at the end of the day, if you're coaching, you should have a coach. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. If you're not trying to improve yourself, then how can you help others be improve upon? And so, but I'm reflecting on how much I believe we need to be better at following those systems, because we had one of our own students show us if we just follow the system, the results will be there.
Well, what's interesting is I think for me, I try to do a lot of things at one time, right? So by doing so, it doesn't really allow me to follow the exact system. And I think you and I have talked about it, that we have to calendar out time so we can make sure the coach that we've decided to follow, we can do what she's asking us to do, right? Yeah. If we're not giving ourselves the time to actually be coached, guess what happens? We're not going to get coached, or we're going to get coached and feel bad because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're not going to get the result we want to get. Yeah. And that's not where we want to be.
So, I mean, another example in the MLM space, right? So many people, they treat it like a hobby, and guess what kind of results they get?
Yeah. How many times have you heard me say, if you treat this like a business, you're going to get paid like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby, and hobbies don't pay.
Exactly. But so it's the same thing for any of these courses, books, anything that we're trying to improve upon, or any person out there that's trying to make a change, make a difference, make an impact, create a movement. If they have a system in front of them, then why not execute and follow that system? And so go get a course and follow it to the end.
So much so, pretend nothing else exists. Seriously, open up the course, be all in on that course, because unless you have an extra X amount of money that you're just throwing away, and if that's the case, I'll give you a link. You can just send it to Corey and I. Take Apple Pay.
Hindsight hacking.
Yeah. Okay. But
God knows we PayPal'd other people and didn't finish it because we weren't following the system.
Yeah, guys, it's so important to just be all in on what you believe you're trying to accomplish. And you got an expert to help you and a coach to help you, because they've been where you are to help you get to where you're going.
Yep. That's it. All right, guys. So, moral of the story, whatever you pay to help you be better at whatever you're trying to be better at, follow the system until the completion, because at only that point will you get the results that you desire. At only that point will you get the promised results of the person that you paid. is when you follow their system that you pay for. So Bron and I, we are going to follow the system, and I sure hope you do too. All right, that's all I got for you today. And thanks again for joining us on another Daily Hacked.
Guys, thanks for being the best part of the Hindsight Hackers community.